the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight, we are here at ISM Raceway to crown a champion. 3 drivers still in this championship battle. All 3 drivers resting their hopes on being able to go 200 miles, 200 laps, this 1 mile speedway. And tonight's race is the Racing for a Cause Vaportrail Cup Series UPMC Cancer Center 200, and I am your host. My name is K.R. Stolfus, and again, thank you everyone for joining us. But here to talk a little bit about the race is none other than Ray Radford. And Ray, this has been a race that has significant meaning to you and the UPMC Cancer Center. What can you tell us about this race and everything we need to know as to why you have chosen tonight?
Hey, KR, thank you for you and your time and everything you've done, first off. But I chose UPMC because, as y'all know, I'm now 18 months into cancer-free, and it's a hospital in Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania, that they have quite a few hospitals, Pittsburgh and Altoona, and different places like that. And I chose them because what they've done for me, and I had to have a cause. And they have a great children's cancer center in Pittsburgh also. So, you know, if you're in PA, you need some assistance, I'm sure they'll help you out.
Well, that is excellent news, hearing that you are cancer-free, and of course, using this Racing for a Cause format to help bring awareness to it. What does using iRacing, getting out here to race with these RFC guys, what does all of that do for you as a driver here in the series and getting to share your cause?
Well, I share my cause like a lot of people do, and like Troy, what he's done for the Kidney Foundation, what he gave to them. So it's just it's a cause that I chose. You know, St. Jude's and different places that we've done a lot with too. It's just one I chose, and you know, this race is something I'm gonna hopefully stay out of the way of championship points going to it, and I hope all of them good luck, especially the number 94.
Well, I can't understand why you're cheering so hard for the 94 of Troy Radford. That is weird. Nothing to do with the father-son relationship there?
KR, thank you. I got Troy talking now, so thank you so much for what you do too.
All right, Ray. Well, good luck out there tonight, and we'll let you get in on that driver's meeting.
Okay, thank you so much.
That was Ray Radford, pilot of the 47 machine, a Toyota Camry, adorning that along with the UPMC Hillman Cancer Center. Great news for him being cancer-free and obviously really wanting to spread the word and what that center has done for him. This is the Racing for a Cause, presented by Vaportrail Clothing. You can find vaportrailclothing.com. Get all your great race swag there. Race is also brought to you by Evidence-Based Mommy, parenting from love, empathy, and science. And also Hilton Designs. as we get ready to go into qualifying. Our point standings tonight look something like this. Steve Baker, Troy Radford, first and second in the points. Only 4 points separating these two drivers, with Dale Osmond right there 16 points behind. Those three drivers all trying to wrap up a championship season. They do have their work cut out for them tonight, as this 200 lap race will challenge them all, both in their mental capacity and talent. This track is known to jump up and bite a driver every once in a while. Dale Osmond in the 88 machine right now. He sits on pole, making a statement here as he turns the first quick lap at a 27.009. Dale tiptoeing his way through turns 3 and 4 and across the line for his second lap. We'll see if this one is any faster. A 27.001 gonna move him to 6th place. Right now, Steve Baker in the 55 on top of the speed chart. Baker shutting it down with his pole lap of a 26.596. Our other championship contender, that is the 94 of Troy Radford. Troy working his way on the clock for his first lap. And the 94 going to post a third quick time. Dustin Ping in the 9 machine. And now the 9 of Ping sitting in 9th place. Just about 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go here in qualifying. Ping with a big wiggle, catches it coming off of turn 4, but that is going to cost him some time. And Ping settles with a 27.069. Troy Radford does go quicker on his second lap, a 26.595, good enough for pole position. Just barely beating out Steve Baker by 0.001 seconds. I have a feeling that is a lot of how tonight's event is going to go, with those two drivers starting at the front of the field, and Dale Osmond not too far behind them, looking to join them in this championship battle. It is going to be a fight all night long. Christopher Spencer in the 21 machine going to complete his qualifying attempt. And Spencer turning a 26.887, good enough for 7th place. And with that said, guys, we're going to step away for a moment as we get ready to go racing. We will play the national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As drivers are starting to take to the grid, that means it is time to go through our starting lineup. Row number 1, Troy Radford in the 94 machine, Steve Baker in the 55 on his outside. Row number 2 will be the 99 of Justin Rigsby and the 21 of Christopher Spencer. Row 3 will be the 86 of Jerry West and the 6 of Eric Blount. Row 4 will be the 46 of Chris Mefford and the 82 of Tyler Hilton. Row 5 will be the 45 of Doug Wysocki and the 85 machine of Jeffrey Stiles. Row 6 will be the 4 of Mike Massengill and the 88 of Dale Osmond. Row 7 will be the 9 of Dustin Ping and the 12 of Colin Allman. Row 8 will be the 3 of Chad Meadows and the 8 machine of Doug Johnson. Bringing up the tail end of the field here, starting in row number 9, tonight's race patron, that is the 47 machine of Ray Radford. As the field starts to roll out, drivers pacing themselves calmly. That calm is about to be interrupted as the pace car is down and away. Troy Radford in control of the field. Green flag is out, and the UPMC Cancer Center 200 is underway, and we are set to crown a champion in 200 laps. Troy Radford with the early lead here, cutting down to the dog leg. Steve Baker in the 55 machine right on his rear bumper. These two drivers separated by 1/1000th of a second in qualifying, and that is showing up right here. Steve Baker all over the back bumper, and our first lap is going to be led by Troy Radford, but Baker looked like he is going to put the chrome horn early to the 94, sending a message saying this race is for real, Troy. You better pick up the pace. Baker continuing to hound him. A little bit more room this time. Through 3 and 4 as Troy Radford starts to open up a bit of a gap. Right behind Baker is the 21 machine of Christopher Spencer. Spencer in the third, a fourth place going the 99 of Rigsby. Right behind Rigsby is the 86 of Jerry West. Now West closing in on the 99. Eric Blount in the 6, ducking down to the inside, using that dog leg. Tyler Hilton in the 82, right behind him as we go on board with Hilton, a Falcon Motorsports driver. This field got single file here. Everyone looking to log some laps, get their tires warmed up before they really start to mix it up. Tonight's evidence-based Mommy Track Facts, 200 laps around this 1 mile track for a total distance of 200 miles. See what I did there? Fuel estimate is roughly 42 laps. Did see drivers in practice make it to 45. We'll see what kind of strategies shape up throughout the night. And our 2019 fall season champion will be crowned at the conclusion of this race. 4 points separating the 94 and the 55. Steve Baker had the advantage coming into this race. With the points structure of Racing for a Cause and how those points pay out, if Troy Radford wins this race, will be champion. He will overcome that 4-point difference, even if Steve Baker finishes in second place. But Baker in the 55 once again closing in on the 94 Radford. These two drivers have pulled away from the rest of the field. Troy Radford has won the last two races, December 10th at Homestead, and then November 19th at Iowa. Radford on a hot streak as far as getting to victory lane. Can he make it 3 races in a row to cap off a championship run here at the 2019 fall season? The 2020 season has been announced as well for these RFC drivers on Tuesday night. Looking to kick off late January for another 12-week season. Look forward to being there as well for that one. That is going to be another epic battle between these outstanding RFC drivers. Each season brings with it a new set of challenges, as these drivers on Tuesday nights will be heading to the trucks. Check in on our third championship contender. That is the 88 of Dale Osmond. Osmond started in 12th, currently in 9th place, so he is working his way forward here. Has a long race ahead of him. Don't want to get himself into a bad position here early on. At the 88, following behind Tyler Hilton in the 82 and Eric Blount in the 6. We already have one car out of the race, and that is the 9 machine of Dustin Ping. Not sure what happened to Ping. He has already gone behind the wall. So an early exit for Ping. We go on board with Christopher Spencer in the 21 machine. He has fallen to 1.7 seconds behind Steve Baker in that second place red and black machine. Troy and Steve already sending a message that they want to settle this out amongst themselves. Pit stops and good old-fashioned hard-nosed racing probably change each and every driver's plans. We got 4 cars here battling for third spot. Spencer holding on to that third spot. Rigsby wants it. Jerry West trying to find a way around Rigsby. West gonna go way up high, so does Spencer. Now Spencer pulling it down, and Colin Allman making a move into 5th place. And now the 12 starting to hound the 99. Allman taking a look to the inside of Rigsby. So far, Colin Allman, our biggest mover of the race, started 14th, currently in 4th as he is battling his way to the front. It has only taken him 17 laps to get to the inside of third place, Christopher Spencer. So Allman making some moves early on here. Now with Colin Allman into third place, he starts to reel in Steve Baker in the 55. Baker has dropped to a half second behind Troy Radford in the 94. As I mentioned, around lap 40, we might start seeing drivers come down pit road, especially if this stays green, maybe attempting a short pit here. Get some fresh tires on these bad Mamma Jamma race cars. Try and gain a little bit of ground with those fresher tires. 12 of Colin Allman is closing in a very little on Baker in the 55. Last time around, Steve Baker turned a 27.419. Colin Allman turned a 27.329. So Allman in that 12 machine. He is hunting the front, and he is pulling the 86 of Jerry West that direction as well. West running a chrome paint scheme here tonight. We saw Dustin German running that in our last race. And again, the 86 making that chrome look good. Justin Rigsby in the 99, gonna round out your top 5, but he is under pressure from the 82 of Tyler Hilton. Tyler Hilton into 6th place. He's wanting 5th. That 82 machine. Sporting a Christmas paint scheme on the side of it. Trying to tell what all is on the side there. Looks like a little bit of Santa Claus. Got some snowflakes. Surprised those snowflakes haven't melted off on that race car. 88 of Dale Osmond right behind Tyler Hilton. Dale again gaining a few more spots. He has found himself in 7th place now. The 88 has been trending forward since the drop of the green flag. Using that dog leg to try and close the distance on Tyler Hilton. Hilton goes up the track through 3 and 4. Osmond down to the bottom and moved Dale into 6th place. Dale knows what's at stake here. He is working his way to the front. He now finds himself 4.5 seconds off our race leader, Troy Radford. But we are about halfway through this fuel run. We might start seeing drivers who were able to save a little bit of tire, save a little bit of equipment, really make their moves to the front of the field. And so with as hard as Troy Radford and Steve Baker were running at the start of this race, gotta wonder, have they used up their equipment? Has the 12 of Colin Allman used up his as well to charge through the field as fast as he did? blackandbluekidney.org, evidence-based Mommy 94 machine. has been our race leader from the start of this race. All 27 completed laps have been led by the 94. Baker has fallen behind a little bit further since we last talked about that gap. Steve Baker now at a 0.750 second gap. That 55 machine has sat atop the point standings for almost the entirety of this season. So a talented driver behind the wheel in the SSR 55 machine with SRTV network adorning it. Very familiar red and black. Strikes fear into the hearts of these competitors, not because he's going to use the chrome horn, but just because they know if that 55 shows up, it is going to be a hard race to win each and every time Baker shows up. He has made these guys really earn it. As I said, one of the most consistent drivers. He has sat atop at point standings for a majority of this season. Dale Osmond, only one to really mount a challenge as far as consistency. Dale charged through the point standings throughout this season with a string of podium finishes that saw him climb all the way up into second place until last week, when Dale Osmond had a dismal race at Homestead. That 88 continues to track forward as he is now hounding the 99 of Rigsby. Tonight's aerial coverage is provided by Ray Radford and the UPMC Hillman Cancer Center. Ray Radford is on pit road in the 47. 4 tires and fuel for that machine. As he gets rolling, he is the first and only car scored in the lap down category. With that green flag pit stop, he has lost 2 laps. For the 47 of Ray Radford into 16th place. Colin Allman in the 12 is continuing to close that gap on Steve Baker. Allman now 1.5 seconds behind the 55 machine. When the 12 took over third place, he was just at 2 seconds behind the 55. He's made up half a second of time. Gary West in the 86 continuing to follow suit, turning a very similar lap times to the 12 of Allman. That time around, Jerry West turning a 27.906. Colin Allman turning a 27.731. Our fastest lap, our fastest driver that time around was our race leader, the 94 of Troy Radford. So now as we get closer to the lap 40 mark, Troy Radford has closed in on lap traffic. That is the floor machine of Mike Massengill. Just in front of him is the 8 of Doug Johnson. Troy making the pass off the inside of turn number 4. Massengill staying high. I was trying to do some math here. If you can make it to lap 45 before you pit and this thing stays green the entire time, you can roughly say lap 45, lap 90, lap 135, and then we might see another pit stop with just a handful of laps left in the race. Almost wonder if you shouldn't try and split this into a nice even number. As Steve Baker in the 55 looks like he is using that plan as he comes down pit road. So does the 88 of Dale Osmond. Osmond, who had made it up into 5th place, now on to pit road with the 55 of Steve Baker. Troy Radford in the 94 on the binders as he heads for pit lane. So too does the 12 of Colin Allman. And now our leaders are starting to pit. The 82 of Tyler Hilton staying out to try and lead a lap, but Troy Radford beats him to the line at pit road speed limit. All right, Justin Rigsby is the race leader. A little confusion on my part. That 99 did get credited with a race lap led, and now he is going to pull onto pit road. Chris Mefford in the 46. Again, gonna try and stretch this as far as he can. He is a driver we have seen do this time and time again. That 46 machine staying out. Troy Radford coming off of pit road. Now with a 1.6 second lead over Steve Baker. But the 46 continuing to lead. He's going to run that tank dry. Christopher Spencer in the 21. Also another driver who has not pitted, along with the 85 of Jeffrey Stiles. And the 8 of Doug Johnson now is going to pull his machine to be serviced by his pit crew. We pick up the 94 of Troy Radford. Clean air in front of him, a 1.5 second lead over Steve Baker. Radford finds himself in 4th place. At the moment, Medford, Spencer, and Stiles hit pits road, Radford will take over that top spot. Dale Osmond closing in on the older tired machine of Spencer. Spencer not going to battle the position. Fresh tires versus new tires. You can see the difference there. As Mefford in the 46 going to pull onto pit lane. That will give the lead to the 21 of Spencer. So Christopher Spencer leading for the first time tonight. Chris Mefford led for 4 laps before heading down pit lane. So now the 21 going to try and stretch this out as far as he can. Spencer showing no signs of coming down pit road. Big time loose off of turn number 2. Justin Rigsby right behind him. Rigsby, the first car 1 lap down, is going to try and work his way around this 21 machine, get back on the lead lap. Tyler Hilton in the 82, also 1 lap down, but Spencer will have to pit. He is final driver out there that has not made his first pit stop of the night, and now the 21 brings it to pit road speed limit, and Spencer on pit lane. That will give the lead to the 94 of Troy Radford. Radford now on to the front stretch. Colin Allman in the 12 machine will move into second place. Steve Baker has fallen to third. And so the 12 could play spoiler to the plans of the 94 and the 55 to try and win this race. Gary West in fourth place, right behind his teammate Steve Baker in the 55. And rounding out your top five is the 88 of Dale Osmond. The first round of pit stops are completed. Chris Mefford in the 46 is the first car one lap down. Staying out as long as he did has cost him a lap. However, he is on 6 lap fresher tires than the 94. And so Mefford looking to maybe pull off a win that eluded him at Homestead with this strategy of running his tank as far as he can. Mefford did have some trouble on pit road. Not sure what happened to the 46, but an extended amount of time on the pit lane. A normal pit stop, 14 seconds flat for the 46. But he was on pit road for 54 seconds in total, compared to everyone else being a 41 to 44 seconds. So that 46 has lost 10 seconds of time somewhere on the pit lane. But being the first car one lap down, and getting a little bit of extra out of his fuel tank could play into his favor here, as he can follow in the tire tracks of the 94, maybe use the draft to save a little bit of fuel. Another driver who is using that long run strategy, that is the 21 of Spencer. So Spencer can make 50 laps each time and we stay green the entire way. That 21 machine might be able to pit one less time than everyone else. So a lot to be decided here. We are only just through the first quarter of this race. Spencer does find himself in 11th place right now. Our 3 championship contenders all sitting inside the top 5. Jeffrey Stiles in the 85 machine, taking us on board here at ISM Raceway. Down through the dog leg here. Back up onto the straightaway, almost kissing the wall. And then sending it through turns 3 and 4, touching that yellow line. Sideways off of the corner, catching it. Good bit of driving there by the 85 of Stiles. Styles finding himself right now in 12th place. That Hot Wheels machine, pretty fancy here tonight. One driver we haven't talked about so far tonight, that is the 45 of Doug Wysocki. Doug right now finding himself in 10th place. Doug has put together a quiet season here for the fall 2019. Started 10 races, 2 top 10s, 1 top 5. He came into tonight's event 8th place in the point standings. It was a solid season for the 45 of Doug Wysocki as he makes the pass on the 3 of Chad Meadows. Spencer now trying to get around Meadows. Chad Meadows in that 3, shutting the door on Spencer. That is going to allow the 85 of Styles to close in. A good little 4-car battle taking place right in front of our race leader, the 94 of Troy Radford. Troy has pulled out a 1.7 second lead over Colin Allman. Steve Baker still sitting in 3rd, but he has fallen 3.7 seconds off the race leader. Another driver has gone behind the wall. That is the 47 of Ray Radford, tonight's race patron. An early exit for Ray. I was hoping he would have a good race out here tonight, as this was the race that he chose to bring awareness to his cause, so to speak. This is racing for a cause. We did see Aaron Tolhurst pull out an amazing win back at the beginning of this season. Aaron Tolhurst picked up the win October 15th for the Battle Buddy Foundation 140 at Las Vegas. That was his race, and it is always a great feeling to win the race that you have decided to sponsor. So we have problems for the 12 of Colin Allman. Not sure what happened to him. Trying to see where things went wrong for Colin. But the 12 machine has gone behind the wall. And Colin Allman pulled onto pit road. Does not look like heavy damage on that machine, just engine issues or something else has gone wrong. And Colin out of the race. That is going to give Troy Radford a 4.2 second lead over Steve Baker. Terry West moves into 3rd. Dale Osmond now into 4th place. With Osmond moving into 4th, Dale is in a must-win situation and then needs some help from the 55 and 94 to not finish too close to him. So with Dale moving into fourth, that win is getting closer. Problem is, Roy Radford and Steve Baker both in front of him, both of them earning very quick lap times still. Somehow the 94 Troy Radford has pulled out a 4.2 second lead. Baker's still in second, just in front of his teammate Jerry West in the 86. After starting 17 cars, 3 cars have dropped out of the race. We have 10 cars on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap, that is the 45 of Doug Wysocki. Saw the W and started to switch over into Jay Weezy. Don't know why. I am not the sharpest crown in the toolbox. Doug Wysocki in the 45 is the last car on the lead lap. Roy Radford closing in on him quickly, though. Chris Mefford in the 46, still the first car 1 lap down. Has worked his way around Chad Meadows in the 3. So Mefford, a driver we're keeping a close eye on, as he is running an offset strategy to the 94. Another driver we're going to keep an eye on, that is the 21 of Christopher Spencer. These guys, not in a championship battle, they are here to win a race. And with the torrid pace that Roy Radford is setting, these guys know, ooh, Styles got loose coming off the corner. Jeffrey Styles had to chase that car all the way down to the infield. Gathers it back in without hitting anything, but hold your breath, Jeffrey Styles. Well, don't do that. You need to breathe out there. And take a deep breath. There we go. Take a deep breath. Get back up on the wheel, get those elbows up, get back after it. Good save by the 85 of Jeffrey Styles. Now the 86 of Jerry West on pit road. So is the 55 of Steve Baker. Green flag pit stop starting to happen once again. Justin Rigsby in the 99 pulling onto pit lane. Will the 94 of Troy Radford respond? And he does. He pulls his machine onto pit road here on lap 77. So our race leader has pitted once again. And now the 21 of Christopher Spencer. What is he going to do? Will he stretch this for another 23 laps, maybe 22, depending on how you want to do your math, and try and pit on lap 100? Rigsby rejoining the race right in front of Spencer. The 6 of Eric Blount, our race leader. Pulls down pit road before he is able to lead a lap. And that will give the top spot to Christopher Spencer in the 21 machine. So now Spencer in the 21. Out front. Jeffrey Styles in the 85 coming down pit road. Doug Johnson in the 8 machine. He is the last car on the lead lap. He has not made his pit stop just yet. Spencer trying to put him one lap down. Mike Massengill in the 4 machine, another driver not yet been on pit road. Chad Meadows in the 3, he finds himself in 4th place. Ooh, a hiccup and a cough at the same time. That's always fun. Chris Mefford in the 46, and the yellow flag has come out. And I believe it has come out for the 85 of Jeffrey Stiles. And everyone's race strategies get thrown up in smoke. Find out what happened to the 85 of Stiles as he comes off of pit road. 85 grabs a gear and it breaks loose on him. On the binders, sliding sideways. That is gonna do it. That will bring out our first caution of the night. That will bring Christopher Spencer down pit road. Doug Wysocki following suit, along with all the other drivers. The Spencer in the 21 being serviced by his pit crew. Now we're going to end up with a different strategy. The race lead goes to the 88 of Dale Osmond, who elects not to pit. So Osmond in the 88 machine not coming down pit road. Ford as your race leader, the 4 Mike Massengill peels off. Steve Baker in the 55 is going to win the race off of pit road. Baker taking 2 tires on his stop. Doug Wysocki now scored in 3rd place, 4 tire stop for him. Baker the only driver to take tires. We will see how those 2 tires work out. Steve Baker. Roy Redford, our early race leader in the 94, he now finds himself in 5th place. This yellow flag slows the field, bunches everyone to back up. And any thoughts of making this all the way from flag to flag without a caution? Well, we're gonna have to come up with new strategies now, new speculations. As the lights go out on the pace car. 2 championship contenders again on the front row. Again, Steve Baker on the outside. This time, though, he will have a new competitor to his inside. That is the 88 of Dale Osmond, the race leader. Dale in a must-win situation and then needs some help from the 55 and the 94 to not finish too close to him. Pace car down and away. Dale Osmond waiting for his time to get on the throttle, and there we go. Green flag is out, and Dale with the jump heads down into turn 1 cleanly. Meanwhile, Medford and Jerry West almost get together. Now Jerry West almost gets into the 94, as Jerry West had a full head of steam going into turn number 1. And just like that, the 94 moves into 3rd place. Doug Wysocki in the 45 from 3rd place to 4th now. So how will Dale Osmond, on older tires by just a few laps, do on this run? How will the 55 of Steve Baker, who took 2 tires only? And what will the 94 of Troy Radford do? First car out there on 4 fresh tires. We know who Miss Linda is cheering for in the 88 machine. Her driver is Dale Osmond. Brandon out here, looks like Brandon is rooting for our SSR driver Steve Baker. If you're checking out this YouTube stream, this broadcast, haven't said hello yet on the chat, call out the driver you'd like to see win this race. Who is going to win the championship? Our championship 3 right now, all running 1, 2, and 3. Troy Radford has closed the gap to the 55. Had to check up a little bit. He had a good run on that front stretch. That checkup has cost him a little bit of time. Started 17 cars here tonight. We have 12 cars on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap is the 6 of Eric Blount. Blount briefly had the race lead, but did not cross the start-finish line as the race leader. But we are watching our top 3 championship contenders run in the top 3 in this race. Jerry West in the 86, he is trying to break up that little chain there of competitors. We go on board with the 86. These 4 drivers all have wins this season. Jerry West winning the opening race at Daytona. Dale Osmond winning the race at Pocono. Steve Baker winning the road course race at Infineon. And Troy Radford picking up 4 wins this season as boy Baker and Radfield running door to door. Thought for a moment we were going to see some contact. Troy Radford in the 94 on the inside. Baker going to get a good run down this backstretch and slices down in front of Troy Radford. And Troy makes contact with the 55. Steve Baker keeps it straight. Oh, now contact with Jerry West. And that is going to bring the yellow out as 2 competitors got into each other. Our 2 points leaders coming into tonight, and the 55 of Steve Baker ends up losing that battle. He has got some heavy damage on that machine. Let's go to our instant replay here. And it looks like Troy Radford has crinkled the nose of his machine in that contact. 86 of Jerry West also got some damage on his machine. And these drivers all coming down pit road. And man, that was a big time implication in our championship battle. And now with caution claiming rules and damage to be repaired, the 94 sitting on pit road. Baker on the pit road as well. This could be the break that the 88 of Dale Osmond needs. You can't write this stuff up, folks. There is no script out there that makes this happen. So now, Dale Osmond came in to this battle, third place in the point standings. As we look at our point standings coming into this race. Steve Baker, heavy damage in that 55. Troy Radford damaging his 94 machine. But this could be the break that Dale Osmond needed. He had to make up 16 points. Now we'll see how this field reacts to the 88 and the 94 being separated this deep. Steve Baker has rejoined the race. He is one lap down. And for this restart, the 55 pulls in right behind the 94. But Dale Osmond on the throttle and with a good jump heads off for turn one with the race lead. Jerry West letting the 46 of Chris Mefford by without any. Oh, as Jerry West in the 86 got loose. Gathers it back in. And the 86 losing a lot of ground as he tried to put the power down and get up to speed coming off of turn two. While all that has happened, Chris Mefford in the 46 has stayed tucked in tight to the 88 of Dale Osmond. Doug Wysocki in the 45 finding himself in third place once again. Christopher Spencer in the 21 sitting in fourth place, and rounding out your top five is the 99 of Justin Rigsby. As we are just past the halfway point, we have had 2 cautions on the night. Our first caution was a self-spin by the 85 of Jeffrey Stiles. Our second caution carried with it championship implications as Troy Radford and Steve Baker got together, working their way through turns 3 and 4. And the 55 of Baker right now is the first and only car 1 lap down. With that 55 machine not having the same speed it did, you can see it is still a little bit crinkled on the front and rear of that red and black SSR machine. The Baker has a bit of a hole to dig out of. Not impossible with just about 95 laps to go for the 55 machine. But for the moment, things are not looking as positive as he would like. When we have a lot of racing left, misfortune can find any one of these drivers out here tonight. Dale continuing to lead in that 86 machine. Bedford right on his back bumper. Doug Wysocki holding on to 3rd place. Good run shaping up for the 45 machine. As I mentioned earlier, Wysocki has had a quiet season. 2 top 10s, 1 top 5 came into tonight, 8th place in the point standings. Spencer now is hoping that this second half of the race stays green. He could be the driver to watch as he got the most mileage on his tank of fuel than any other driver. Justin Rigsby in the 99. Still holding on to 5th place. Rigsby, the winner at Talladega. And with this 12 race season drawing to a close, we talked briefly about next season kicking off in late January. That will be broadcasted right here on Turn 3 Racing Network Tuesday nights. Then the trucks will be the vehicle of choice. Who is Jerry West is going to get into the 99 of Rigsby. Troy Radford dives down to the bottom. And Justin Rigsby pointed the wrong direction. And our 3rd caution flag flies for the night. Let's take another look at this one. Jerry able to get into the corner a little bit better than Rigsby. And I think Jerry West would like to have that one back. The 99 not making contact with the wall there. Just a slight bump. No big deal as far as damage. That will move the 94 of Troy Radford into 5th place. But Troy not showing the same speed he had before his incident with Steve Baker. Dale Osmond leading our drivers onto pit road. And Dale down and away, 4-tire stop for him. Chris Mefford in the 46, drag race to the line. And it looks like Mefford in the 46 is going to win the race off of pit road. Troy Radford comes off 4th. Doug Wysocki losing a few spots, falling to 5th place. And the 55 of Baker continuing to work on his machine. Would have been eligible for the free pass, but elected to come down pit road and work on his car. So now the 46 will restart at the front. With Mefford, our new race leader. He was one of the drivers we saw stretch his tanks, stretch the mileage on his fuel tank a little bit further than almost anyone else. This caution has us looking at one more pit stop for all the drivers. Chris Mefford, as the pace car peels off, in control of the field, and he chooses to get on the throttle as we go back. Green flag racing. Troy Radford, Dale Osmond, both on the outside lane there. And Mefford with a good jump, easily clearing the 88 of Dale Osmond. Troy Radford moves into 3rd place down the backstretch. So 2 championship competitors into the top 3 now. Dale Osmond just in front of Troy Radford. That is 2nd and 3rd place. Chris Mefford in the 46, your race leader. We go on aboard with the 21 of Christopher Spencer, and this race is still far from over. Do not know how this thing is going to play out now. As I said, we might see one more pit stop. Here tonight, trying to trying to do too many things here. Trying to be crew chief, trying to be an announcer, trying to be cameraman. As I try and work out how this could work. Mike Massengill in the 4 has pulled onto pit road. I believe the tire smoke we have seen was the 4, as it looked like Mike had gone for a spin. But Mefford continuing to lead. Troy Radford has led the most laps so far tonight at 68. Dale Osmond has led for 30. That 94 has not been the same car since the contact with the 55 of Steve Baker. They have worked on it, massaged those body panels a little bit, straightened it out. It does look fairly sharp, but the blazing speed just isn't there that we saw in the first half of this race. Eric Blount in the 6. Right now he is running in 9th place after starting in 6th position. A Mark Martin Viagra paint scheme adorning that machine. He battles with the 3 of Chad Meadows. Meadows holding on to 8th place. Right behind Blount is the 8 of Doug Johnson, and then the 99 of Justin Rigsby, who went for a spin with some help from the 86 of Jerry West. West in the 86 machine finds himself in 7th place, right behind the 82 of Tyler Hilton. We go on board with the 86. And Jerry really able to charge the entry into turn 1. Closes the gap on Tyler Hilton as Hilton brushes the wall coming off a 2. It looks like that 82 has seen its fair share of bumps. Crinkled up left rear. The 94 of Troy Radford still sitting in 3rd spot. That position right there is good enough to win the championship. Even with Dale Osmond just in front of him, Dale had to overcome a 12-point gap to Troy Radford and a 16-point gap to Steve Baker. Baker finds himself in 12th place right now with 1 point per position. A bonus point for leading a lap of our championship competitors. Steve Baker has not led a lap yet tonight, so no bonus point for Baker. Osmond has led a lap, so that will be 1 bonus point for him. But now he has closed that to needing, instead of 16, 15 points. But with Steve Baker in 12th place, Dale Osmond in 2nd, that is only a 10-point differential. That is not good enough for Dale Osmond versus Steve Baker. Osmond would have to win this race. Now, as he dives down to the inside of the 46 of Chris Mefford, that is the battle between Dale Osmond and Steve Baker. Troy Radford was only 4 points out of the championship lead. As Medford goes way up high, overshoots turn 1. Gonna lose a spot to the 94, Troy Radford. As I'm trying to explain the point standings, these drivers are running their race. How rude. Gotta talk about the race instead of the points. But Troy Radford, having led a lap, will receive a bonus point there. So that puts him at a 3-point differential to Steve Baker. And then you factor in the positions. Now with Troy Radford in second place, Baker still in 12th. That is a 10-point difference. Right now, Troy Radford in the 94 is your championship leader, and should the race end, would be your champion. If Dale Osmond wins this race and Steve Baker continues to be in 12th place, Dale would get several more bonus points for the race win. It is an additional 5 bonus points for the race win. That would move Dale Osmond up into second place. So a very close points battle shaping up here. Anything can happen still, as we have 66, now make it 65 laps to go here at ISM Raceway for the Racing for a Cause Vaportrail Cup Series UPMC Cancer Center 200. And Dale Osmond cycling around out front of this field. Troy Radford in the 94 in hot pursuit. And now Osmond opening up a half-second lead over Troy Radford in the 94. Jerry West in the 86 has been moving to the front of the field. That 86 machine now finds itself in the top 5 once again. '21 of Spencer right in front of West. Jay Weezy, one driver to never count out, has missed a lot of races this season here on Tuesday night. Prior commitments have kept him away. Anytime Jerry West shows up at the track, he is someone capable of winning each time. He takes the green flag. Spencer with a big slide off a turn 2, gathers it back in. And that is going to give the spot to West in the 86, but Spencer caught that car before he got to the inside wall. He was headed towards that wall with a ton of speed. Meanwhile, the 55 of Baker still in 12th place. He is the first car 1 lap down. He is going to need help from a caution to get back on the lead lap. The 85 of Styles battling for position there with Baker. That is 12th and 13th place. As not only a battle for position, but a battle for the first car 1 lap down. Doug Johnson just behind them is the last car on the lead lap in that 8 machine. Johnson finds himself in 11th place after starting 16th. 17 drivers took the green flag tonight. 14 cars still in this race. but the 4 of Mike Massengill has been on pit road for the last 10 minutes. As Styles is trying to make a move on Baker. Baker with a bit of a wiggle coming off of 4. Styles with a run down the front stretch. Baker drives in deep and is able to carry speed through 1 and 2 and holds off the challenge from the 85 machine. Once again, Styles coming off the corner, taking a move down to the inside. Baker on the high side. That is a tough pass to try and make here at ISM Raceway, down on the inside off of 2. And these two continue to run door to door. And it looks like Styles might have had it that time, but he got loose coming off of 4. And now Baker gonna slide in behind the 85. Styles moves into 12th place. Baker with the crossover though. Battle for 12th place and the first car 1 lap down. These two are really getting after it. That was our championship contender in the red 55 machine until he ran into trouble with the 94 of Troy Radford. Now Styles starts to open up a gap over the 55. Back to the front we go. Our race leader, Dale Osmond, has been out front for 46 laps tonight, closing in on being able to lead the most laps. He has a shot at leading half of this race if he were to lead every single lap from here on out. That would give him, without a doubt, the bonus points for leading the most laps, and that 88 needs every bonus point he can get. But if the 94 Troy Radford continues to run in second place and finishes in second, he will be your championship winner. But if Osmond comes out, wins this race, secures getting the most laps led, he can walk away from ISM saying he did everything he could to win this championship. But man, what would it mean looking back at his race at Homestead? The 88 had 2 bad pit stops at Homestead. Both of those cost him dearly in the standings and in this points championship. But a professional driver he is, shakes off a bad week, comes out here and now is setting himself up to try and lead every lap from here on out and do everything he can to try and win this championship. Osmond and Radford have a 2.3 second lead over the 46 of Chris Mefford, who is sitting in 3rd place. But Mefford coming under attack by the 86 of Jay Weezy. And Jerry West has had to work his way through the field. Is going to come down pit road and make what could be his final stop of the race. So Jerry West going to start our green flag pit stops. How will the 88 and 94 respond to this? Dale has to worry about winning this race. He has got to factor in that the 86 is going to be on fresher tires, and that could be the difference here. If this goes green the rest of the way, Jerry West will come out and close the gap quickly on this 88. I think the driver who doesn't necessarily care too much that Jerry West has made that pit stop is the 94, Troy Radford. He doesn't have to win the race to win the championship. Dale Osmond does have to win this race. So he has got to respond to Jerry West coming down pit road. Now the 55 of Steve Baker is pitted as well, as the caution flag is going to come out. The caution flag has flown, and I am not sure what has happened. But I believe the 85 has found trouble once again. Styles loose off of turn 2, can't catch it, and goes for a spin on the front stretch, smacking the inside wall. And that is going to trap Jerry West 1 lap down. Steve Baker will be 2 laps down. But Dale Osmond now doesn't have to worry about when he needs to come down pit road. Caution flag flying. This could be the final stop of the night for all of our drivers. So again, a caution flag setting up a new set of strategy. And Jerry West in the 86 will be trapped between the pace car and the race leader. Actually, I think Jerry West is going to be the free pass. He's going to get back on the lead lap. The 88 of Dale Osmond winning the race off of pit road. Troy Radford coming off second. So that caution, I feel, is going to be a break for Dale in that 88. I don't think he quite understood the implication of seeing that 86 on pit road. But with that caution flag coming out, that negates the early pit stop that Jerry West had made. The 85 of Styles, who brought out this most recent caution, sitting on pit road, heavy damage on the front end of that thing. Not sure if Styles will be able to get rolling, but the lights have gone out on the pace car. That caution has truly hurt Steve Baker in the 55. He was on pit road when the yellow came out. He is now trapped 2 laps down in the 55 machine. the Radford and Osmond on the front row for this restart. Green flag is out and we are back underway as we are coming to 41 laps left in this race. Oh, as the 46 of Medford gets loose and gets spun in front of the field going into turn 1 on this restart. And Chris Medford might see his race go up in smoke here as we take a look from the blimp. Spencer in the 21 getting into the back of Medford. Wysocki getting a piece of it. The 45, heavy contact into the door of the 46. Take another look at this one from Wysocki. And nowhere for Doug to go in that 45 machine. So the yellow flag flies once again. And with that said, I'm going to step away for a break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Racing for a Cause Vaportrail Clothing Cup Series as they do the UPMC Cancer Center 200 here at ISM Raceway. Tonight's race is brought to you by Vaportrail Clothing. Go to vaportrailclothing.com to pick up all your race swag. I have a few shirts from there, and I love each and every shirt that I have. That is vaportrailclothing.com. Tonight's race also brought to you by Evidence-Based Mommy Parenting from Love, Empathy, and Science. Check it out at evidencebased.mommy.com. And Hilton Designs. Tyler Hilton in this race, running a craft store Check them out at Hilton Designs. Field starting to form up behind the pace car. Dale Osmond, your race leader. Troy Redford on his outside in the 94 machine. Started 17 drivers here tonight. We have 13 drivers still in this race. Of those 13, 9 are on the lead lap. 36 laps to go. And Dale Osmond and Troy Radford trying to win a championship. Osmond gets on the throttle and gets the jump over Radford. Tyler Hilton in the 82 into third place, taking a peek to the inside of Radford. Nothing there just yet. Jerry West taking a look to the inside of the 82 as well. The 6 of Eric Blount rounding out your top 5 with Doug Johnson in 6th. Blount slides in behind Jerry West, and West in that 86 machine moving into 4th place. Do want to point out that the 85 of Jeffrey Stiles did get back out there after that heavy contact with the inside wall. He does find himself 7 laps down in 13th place. This battle for third here has been very close since the restart. Jerry West all over the back bumper of the 82 of Tyler Hilton. West with a little bit of a wiggle off the corner. May have scraped the wall a bit. It doesn't look to have slowed him down any as he is still hounding Tyler Hilton. And Hilton takes a hard left to really use that dog leg. And now Jerry trying the outside lane off of turn 4. Ooh, we got one sideways off of 4. That was the 99 of Rigsby. Catches it before he tags the inside wall. Steve Baker has moved into 10th place. He is the first car 1 lap down. Christopher Spencer in the 21 in 11th spot is also 1 lap down. Those two will start battling here for the first car 1 lap down should we get another caution. And Baker claiming that it is raining, claiming there is debris all over the track. He has thrown everything that is not bolted down out of that car, trying to get a yellow. They have worked hard on that 55 as Baker now moves into 9th place. With Baker in 9th place, it is going to be very close for Dale Osmond to try and get that 2nd place in the point standings. But Dale on track to try and win this thing, has just 27 more laps, 27 miles left in the 2019 RFC Vaportrail Cup Series season. Bradford in the 94 right now is your championship points leader. Finds himself 2nd place in this race. Troy has been playing it smart since he has got into 2nd place. has not been in a position to challenge the 88 for a position. Troy playing the championship big picture game. He knows that Dale has got to win the race to have any shot at this championship. Troy could win the championship with a second place finish. Steve Baker sitting in ninth right now. That is a 7-point difference in the standings between Troy Radford and Steve Baker. Radford was 4 points behind Baker. As they run, Radford would be your championship leader by 4 points because he has a bonus point for leading a lap. Should Troy Radford continue to run in second place, Steve Baker would have to make it up to 5th place to draw this to a tie. And if it does come to a tie, Troy Radford has the tiebreaker with the most wins on the season with 4 wins to Steve Baker's 1. Gary West in the 86 moves into second place. So that is 1 less point that Steve Baker now has to worry about. But Steve is not out of the woods just yet. He does need help from another caution. He does find himself in 9th place. Battling with the 21 of Spencer to be the first car 1 lap down. Chad Meadows in the 3. He's the last car on the lead lap. Meadows in 8th place. Is a long ways from going a lap down just yet. And with 20 to go, barring anything drastic happening, Dale Osmond not going to have enough time to catch up to the back of that lead lap running order. Jerry West in the 86, after moving into second place, has quickly opened up a 0.6 second lead over Radford. But he has got to make up a 1.5 second gap to Dale Osmond. Dale still turning very quick lap times out there. Last time around, Dale Osmond was the fastest car on the track. The 88 being very smooth here. Dale started 12th and has steadily marched forward until he got the lead. He has now been out front for 82 laps. And in about 4 more laps, he will secure leading the most laps of this race. So he is doing everything he can to get max points in this event. Tyler Hilton in the 82 is closed in on the back bumper of Troy Radford. Hilton has had a good season himself this go around. Tyler Hilton came into tonight 9th place in the points standings, had 4 top 10s on the season, and working on his first top 5. And Troy Radford has got to start thinking, even though he is running a big picture race, he still does not have a lot of buffer room over the 55 of Baker. Baker finding himself in 9th place still. As I mentioned, he is going to need help from a caution to get back on the lead lap. They have worked on that 55, getting some speed back into it. This time around, Steve Baker, as he crosses the start-finish line, only 3/10 slower than our race leader. Not the greatest of news for the 55, but compared to where it was after his incident with Troy Radford, that car is a lot better and looking a little bit more racy. And if a caution comes out, this could be the difference in the championship battle for Baker. Meanwhile, we got a 3-car battle. That is the 6 of Eric Blount, the 8 of Doug Johnson, and the 99 of Justin Rigsby. Blount in the 6 machine, finding himself in 5th place. That would be Eric Blount's first top 5 of the season, should he hold on to it. Blount came into tonight 7th place in the point standings. And Blount would love to pick up his first top 5 in the last race on the season. As I mentioned, the next season kicks off end of January. Another 12 race season in the trucks, sprinkled throughout oval, and I believe we will see one road course. That will be Canadian territory, if I recall correctly. But the 88 of Dale Osmond, having locked down, leading the most laps here tonight. 8 laps away from picking up the win here at ISM. Knowing he did all he could here to win the championship. Jerry West in the 86, running in 2nd place. Would love to pick up the bookends. Won the season opener. Would love to win the season finale. He has a 1.8 second gap to make up, and Dale Osmond not showing any signs of slowing down to let Jerry West put a stamp at the beginning and the end of this season. But coming up on 5 laps to go this time around for Dale Osmond. Christopher Spencer in the 21 has worked his way around Steve Baker. Baker in that 55 has fallen off the pace a little bit. So Spencer taking that first car 1 lap down spot away from Baker, but with now 4 laps to go, should the caution come out, it won't matter. And the 88 continuing to drive around has put his guts on display here tonight. Starting 12th place. Going to end up leading the most laps. if Troy Radford brings it home in third, Osmond going to come up short for the championship battle. But 3 laps to go. Troy Radford holding on to third as Tyler Hilton in the 82 still right there, not able to do anything once the 82 has caught up to the 94. Troy has just got to bring it home, stay steady and smooth. But 2 laps to go on the season. The 2019 Fall Championship season coming to a close. Just over 1 mile left as the 88 of Dale Osmond takes the white flag. As 1 to go is brought to you by Vaportrail.com. Dale works his way onto the backstretch. A 2-second lead over Jerry West. Plenty of fuel in the tank of that 88 machine. Off of turn 4 for the final time this season, and Dale Osmond is gonna win the race. Troy Radford in the 82 comes home in third, and by my math will be good enough to win the championship here in the 2019 fall season. Your race winner, Dale Osmond, and I believe he is going to gain enough points over Steve Baker to bring it home in second place in the standings, but we'll have to wait for our final official word from our admins. And the 88 celebrates with an epic burnout for his race win. Tyler Hilton in the 82 doing a little bit of burnout as he rolls around back onto pit road. And guys, we're going to set up our post-race show. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our post-race show. And we're going to kick this one off by talking to our second place finisher. That is the driver of the 86 machine, Jerry West. Jerry, congratulations on second place out there tonight. You missed quite a few races this season, opened it up with a race win, and cap it off with a second place here tonight. Congratulations on that second place, man. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, it was eventful, to say the least. Coming up through there, I think I come up through there a couple times, so I had a lot of fun tonight, which is the most important thing. I got to do a lot of racing, so really enjoyed it. lot of side by side, a lot of action out there on the track. A couple untimely cautions really hurt me, but it all worked out at the end, man. We'll take second tonight.
Well, that second place is still going to be a good feeling. As I mentioned, prior commitments kept you away for most of this season, but to climb back into the car at the tail end of it, bring it home second, it's like you never missed a beat, man. How difficult is that?
Well, I'm pretty active in the car, so that means a lot when you're coming in here racing with these fast drivers. So as long as you're in and out of the car, at least a couple times a week, you can kind of keep it fresh and kind of keep up with how things are going, and and just let the race play out the way it's going to. There's not a whole lot you can do about that. All you can do is give it your all, and hopefully you got a little luck to go with it. So it's not just drivers skill that makes it happen. You gotta have a lot of luck, and I had a little bit of luck tonight too.
All right, man. Well, before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, man. Shout out to you. I know you're always up there having a lot of fun watching us out there, and I hope you enjoyed the race in my paint scheme. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but shout out to all the people that helped make all this possible over here. I hate that I couldn't make as many races as I would have liked to, but I'm glad I got to come in and run a couple with these guys. Man, it's always fun racing with them. Got to give a shout out to all the drivers, man, that was racing for the championship tonight. And I believe Troy might be the champ. So shout out to him, and and of course Steve for making it interesting. Those guys was going at it out there, man, and I become a victim there just watching them. So I know they were racing hard, and I know it means a lot for them. It's a long season; it's hard to do. So shout out to them, Racing for a Cause, all the drivers, everybody that watches, and SRTV Network on the hood, my teammates, Smoke Show Racing.
There you go. That is Jerry West, old Jay Weezy himself. Bring it home in second place, man. Congratulations once again.
All right, thank you, buddy.
Now it's time to move on to our race winner here tonight. That is the 88 of Dale Osmond. Dale, you win the race here in ISM, lead the most laps, get max points for the night. Did all you could to win this championship, man. Tell us a little bit about your race and your game plan and how it feels to win this race.
Yeah, this is probably the most bittersweet victory I've ever had. I knew coming in I was gonna have to win, and then I really screwed up qualifying. I qualified like 12th, I think, but I knew I had a good shot at it once we got going there. I knew I had to conserve my tires and everything, and then I saw Troy and Steve get up into it, and I thought I was gonna, try and sneak away a championship here, because I knew I needed them to finish, 10th, 11th, but the stars just didn't align enough for me to do it. But I still came home with a win and a second place in the points.
Well, the 88 had an outstanding drive here at ISM, led 100 laps, and as you mentioned, just a few points shy of the championship. But man, like you're saying, it's got to be bittersweet, but you got to be able to hang your hat on knowing you came out here, did all you could, and left nothing on the table.
Oh yeah, and I'm just super happy with my season too. I think 11 out of the 12 races I've had top 10s, and 9 out of those 11 I've had top 5s. And I've only had 5 incident points across the entire season, so I mean, this has probably been my best season ever, but I just needed another 4 spots and I would have taken it home.
Well, congratulations on the race win, man, and an outstanding climb throughout the season up the point standings as each week you moved forward. It has been an outstanding time up here in the booth watching you. And before we let you go for the last time this season, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, as always, my family watching. You for broadcasting this thing. You do an awesome job every single week. My teammates, Mike Massengill, Ricky Harden, Chris Berg. Mike was really helping me out there the last 100 or so laps. He was telling me where everyone was. I just want to say congrats to Troy. He ran an awesome season 2 with 4 wins on it, and yeah, he deserves this one.
All right, man. Well, again, congratulations on the race win and job well done throughout the season.
Thank you, KR.
That was Dale Osmond picking up the win out here. Now it is time to move on to our third place finisher of the race, but our championship winner, and that is Troy Radford. Troy, congratulations all around and on an outstanding season, 4 wins in total, and you cap it off with a third place here at ISM Raceway to win the championship.
Yeah, I'm here, man. It's one of those where I can't be thrilled about it just because you never want to have something when you have contact with your competitor. So it's one where you look at the replay. There's about a foot of net code in between me and Steve when the contact was made. So not an excuse because we were both racing each other probably way too hard at that point in the race for what was going on. So I'm happy to win. I'm always thrilled to get my name in there, but I hate to. I hate that there's any kind of, controversy or anything like that.
Well, coming home in third place, and it seemed like after your contact with Steve Baker, your car just wasn't the same. Did you kind of switch to big picture mode and just try and put yourself in a championship winning position, or were you still out there trying to win this thing?
No, I was still trying to win it, but my car definitely I didn't hit him hard, but it was enough that I had some aero damage. I really couldn't compete after that. Kind of frustrated. We had a good long green flag run there, had a 4-second lead, kind of looked like it was walking away, and then everybody gets bunched back up and kind of got crazy there. But the car was decent, but just had a little too much aero damage to be able to compete up there. But congrats to Dale for the win. He was consistent all year out. I think he wound up with 2 wins on the season. So, absolutely great one for him. Glad to see him up there. And of course, Steve and me and him were talking all week. Just absolutely phenomenal season all the way around. And Steve, I think this is the most consistent season he's ever had. I just had a few more bonus points because of the wins. So that's kind of what put me up there. But for those NASCAR fans out there, whenever you hear the old thing about can't have a close points battle without a chase. Just look at those point standings at the end of that one.
Yeah, that is an outstanding end to the season. I was trying to do the math in my head as to who was going to go where in the finishing order. And man, what a great season it has been for this Vaportrail Cup Series. And what a cap off it was to see 3 drivers go at it. At one point, all 3 drivers were inside the top 3.
Oh yeah, absolutely great one. And big shout out to Vaportrail. They've been our lead sponsor for a couple of seasons here, and just they have some really awesome stuff out there. Some great clothing. Check it out, vaportrailclothing.com. Lots of great race gear. And on top of that, they've got a whole line of different things. So we cannot thank them enough for doing what they do and having been on board this long. Definitely looking forward to next season. Starting up here at the end of January, you're going to run some trucks. Hopefully, iRacing gets the trucks fixed before end of January. So it should be fun.
All right, man. Well, before we let you go, this championship season has drawn to a close. Next season going to fire off here at the end of January. But one last time, shout outs or thank yous.
Main one, of course, like I said, Vaportrail Clothing, just for doing what they do. Turn 3 Racing Network, UKR. Of course, at the beginning of the season, we had Chris Legue as well as Rick. So, really glad to have everybody who's done any work on this series. Of course, any of the admins with Racing for a Cause, National Kidney Foundation on my car, evidence-based mommy, and, really just the entire crew out there. A little light on crowd tonight, which is always, it kind of always seems to be at the end of the year, you get that. But, for 90% of the year, we were 35 cars. So absolutely great showing out there. So anybody who participated, anybody who came on and watched the broadcast, all of that stuff, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your support. And we're here for next year and for a while to come.
All right, Troy, again, congratulations on the championship. What a great season it has been. And thank you so much for letting me be a part of it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kara.
That was your third place finisher in the race and your championship winner, Troy Radford. Nothing left but to go through the results for the final time this season. Dale Osmond led 100 of 200 laps, got maximum points, did everything he needed to do to try and win this championship, but is going to fall just a few points shy of pulling off the upset. However, he does get to log another race win with this Racing for a Cause Vaportrail Cup Series. Jerry West brings it home in second place. Third place and your championship winner, Troy Radford, in the 94. Tyler Hilton in the 82, logging his first top 5 of the season, along with Eric Blount, who will round out the top 5 in tonight's event. Justin Rigsby in the 99, bringing it home 6th. 7th place going to Doug Johnson. Chad Meadows finishing in 8th place. 9th going to Christopher Spencer. Steve Baker finishing in 10th. 11th, Doug Wysocki. The 85 of Jeffrey Stiles finishing in 12th. 13th going to Chris Mefford. Mike Massengill finishing in 14th. 15th, Colin Allman. Ray Radford finishing 16th. And 17th place going to Dustin Ping, who had a very early exit here tonight. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to kicking this off next season, but I also look forward to some downtime, get some rest and relaxation. And I really hope to see you all as we kick off the next season late January. Be tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you haven't done so yet, look up Racing for a Cause on Facebook as well to stay in the know of everything that is going on. So for the final time this season, thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Oh, and I would be remiss if I did not thank Rick and Chris, who covered the first 4 races this season for me, and they graciously allowed me to continue my personal racing. What a season. What a season. Thank you everyone for all that has happened and letting me be a part of it. And until next time, y'all stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you at the end of January.